As far as the Indian badminton contingent is concerned, they were on their way to London is what I know for the All England. But now PV Sindhu, one of the members of the Indian contingent, has confirmed that the Indian contingent, the team is stuck in Dubai. She had posted on X that the ordeal continues to unfold and the situation is becoming more frightening by the hour. A few hours ago, there was an explosion close to where we were holed up at the airport. My coach had to quickly run out of the area as he was closest to the smoke and debris. It was an extremely tense and scary moment for us all. We are all safe now and have been moved to a more secure place thanks to the tireless efforts of the staff at the Dubai airport and the Dubai authorities. So this is, of course, one of those moments playing out, Rahul, where nobody could have thought that Dubai, of all places, it's a modern-day hub. In the center of the world, a lot of traffic from Dubai airport, and of course considered to be a beacon of a modern, progressive country with majority Muslims. But even in Dubai, there are these aftermaths of the strikes that have been launched by Iran.
Can you imagine, Shivani, this was Dubai's coming out parade. You know, that marina was developed. It was supposed to be this island, really. I don't mean it literally, I mean it metaphorically. An island where the Islamic world was freeing itself of a monoculture. There is an acceptance of other mores. It was opening itself up. This was seen as the next destination, almost like a Singapore, actually, of the Gulf. And there you are, the Iranians are striking at this symbol of modernism. Let's put it that way, because I'm not going to say that this was something that was breaking from the secular or from the rather theocratic hold of the particular regime there. But all I'm saying is that there was at least an attempt here, a pretense. I want to bring in Sushant Sareen because we also have with us J.J. Dwivedi, strategic affairs expert, and I want to bring him in to figure out the larger geopolitics. But Sushant Sareen, the two pictures, there are these protests that are happening here in our country. They happened when Nasrallah was killed, the Hezbollah commander. Now it's happening for Khomeini. Then there is this whole sort of, as you know, axis that rages about growing Hindu communalism in this country and so on and so forth. I find this a contradiction. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one.
So, Rahul, one, as far as, Mehbooba Mufti and other malcontents like her are concerned, somebody should ask them, their hearts are bleeding for what is happening in Iran. I don't have to either justify it or condemn it. But I didn't hear a peep out of these people when the Pakistanis were bombing the hell out of the Afghans and blaming them for something for which the Pakistanis themselves are responsible. So somehow their hearts bleed for Pakistan and their hearts bleed for Iran, but their hearts don't bleed for India. So, frankly, these are lowlifes. I don't even want to waste my time thinking about them, the wires and all kinds of other these organizations. But let's come down back to the more serious issues. Look, in Kashmir, there is a Shiite population which has been cultivated and which has ideological kind of affiliations with the Islamic regime. I remember times when they would be pouring out on the streets in the cause of Khamenei's predecessor. And at every time the Iranians have given a call, there is this bunch in Kashmir which comes out. So they would probably be protesting out there. The issue is not what happens in Kashmir. These protests will die down. There'll be a new regime in Iran which will give them more money and they'll pipe down. That's not a problem. The problem is going to be what happens in the rest of the Gulf. For example, I don't see brand Dubai getting badly affected by what has happened. But I would imagine that this is now going to propel many of the Gulf states to ensure that Iran is no longer in a position to threaten this kind of action against them, which means that the American objective to completely degrade Iranian capabilities, completely, which is what Trump made very clear yesterday in his first speech. He wants to completely eliminate all offensive capability that Iran has, will now find takers among some of these Gulf states who would want Iran to be completely defanged so that it no longer is a threat to any of these countries. I think that is, on that, these guys are going to double down, which they would have been shy of doing until Iran attacked them.
Okay, so what we're going to do, viewers, is that we're going to keep updating you with news and then bringing in some of our experts to comment. Akanksha is there with us. Akanksha, I'm going to ask you to also sort of check with your sources in the government on the latest developments, specifically the decapitation of Mr. Khomeini